Howdy folks, Bricks and Quacks here, and today we're going to be reviewing this Bugatti. This set can honestly, because it is just that bad. Now, if you don't believe me, stay tuned. There are some positives to this set, but me and Home Dude over here are going to review them, and honestly, this was not worth $30. All right, so getting right into it, I almost didn't buy this set, but I have to get all the Speed Champion sets, so I went ahead and picked it up. All right, so starting off with the front, I do really like this tow hook here. You do actually get an extra tow hook, so if you wanted to put it on one of your other Speed Champion sets, I guess that's kind of cool. Still not worth $30, but you know, we can't complain. All right, and also the headlights look pretty cool in this. They are printed parts, surprisingly, so there's not very many stickers that come with this set. And honestly, from the side, it doesn't look too bad. Um, but like at least it comes with the printed wheels. But this is going to be the best thing about this so far. It's just the side profile. If you keep it at the side profile, the set looks good. If you move it any other way besides the front, which looks mediocre at best, it just looks horrible. All right, so moving on to the back. This is one of the worst parts about it. All right, so just taking a little peek back here, you could already tell this thing is boxy as heck in the back. It looks like they just threw it together and put the printed piece back there. There was no effort put into the tail of this thing. Like there should definitely be a little bit around this because it's a Bugatti and Bugattis are round in the back. You know what? Whatever. Lego, you weren't thinking on this one. All right, here's a little bit closer look at the front. All right, now comparing it to the Ferrari that also came out, there is no comparison at all. If I had to pay $60 for the Ferrari and $30 for the Bugatti, I'm buying the Ferrari every day of the week. I will pay the extra $30 to pay for the Ferrari. It's a lot more sleek, it's worth your money, and on top of that, it just looks so much better for the $30 you pay for it. And then on top of that, the Bugatti has a very, very weird shape. We'll get into that in a sec. So one thing I really do like about the Ferrari compared to the Bugatti is the Ferrari, I guess they paid extra money for their specific molds, but I really do like these rims on the Ferrari itself. You could probably put this on almost any car. If you actually scraped off the Ferrari symbol, it would work on almost any car. And honestly, if you could just Photoshop these onto the Bugatti or put them on the Bugatti, I think the Bugatti would look a little bit better. Still not worth $30, but let's keep going. All right, and there we go. If you look at it from this angle, this thing looks like Bubble Bass. And if you don't know who Bubble Bass is, this is Bubble Bass. It has the same shape. Bubble Bass, Bubble Bass, Bubble Bass. Where's my pickles? It starts wide, it starts short at the top, and these doors just throw the whole thing off. If Lego would have just fixed the doors and looked at it from the top down, they could have so saved this set. But unfortunately, they didn't, and it just looks like Bubble Bass. All right, and continuing on, here's a side-by-side comparison of the Bugatti they released last generation. Honestly, the other Bugatti looks so much better, even though it's a different model. It just blows the current Bugatti out of the water. All right, so here's a top-down view, and as you can see, once again, Bubble Bass. Bubble Bass, Bubble Bass, Bubble Bass. All right. And then here's a front view of both of them. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad from the front. And like I said, I do like that they do have non-sticker pieces in the front. But just the shape of the Bugatti itself is just so bad compared to the other one. They did keep the same rim style where it had the rims do overlay the tire a little bit, which isn't too bad. And luckily, I did look at pictures of the actual Bugatti itself that they were trying to mimic, and it is close even though the actual plastic rims themselves stick out. They could have did a little bit better job on that, but I'm not complaining too much. All right, and here is the icing on the cake of how bad it really is. Look at the back. It's just so bad. The tail light looks good, but then you look to the right and the left of the tail light, and there's just so much space there that it just looks so boxy and so bad. The whole back piece is just flat. Disregarding that I put the binoculars on sideways so the exhauster bent, just ignore that fact. But if you compare, even though this right one over here had stickers and they're not lined up 100%, this one on the right, this Bugatti on the right looks so much better from the back than the new Bugatti does on the left. I will say the little EB symbol does look pretty cool and the lights look okay, but they definitely should have did some type of rounding on the side here. But overall, all I gotta say about this set, get it out of here. You will not be taking my next $30 for another set like this. But I had to get all the Bugatti sets, and like I said, I do collect the Speed Champion sets. Overall, this set, if I had to rate it out of 10, it would definitely be a 3 out of 10 quacks. And that is going to be it for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching and dealing with me. Please leave a like and subscribe for more.